Alrighty, busy few weeks. Finally back home and had a bit of time to decompress after Rally Sardinia a few weeks ago and the Pohjanmaa Rally here in Finland last weekend. A couple of big weeks, obviously, lots of driving, which has been really, really cool. It's nice to be, doing it quite consistently and just trying to gain as much knowledge as possible. But yeah, I guess starting with Sardinia, obviously tough event right from the word go. Even the recce was really difficult. It's super rough, as everyone knows. So yeah, that kind of really adds to the challenge. Like I would say, it's actually it's definitely the roughest rally I've ever done. It's much rougher than anything you would see, even in like Culm Forest somewhere in Canberra, or like obviously I've done some rough stages in Australia, but this kind of put a whole new meaning on what I would classify as a rough stage. Actually, on the recce, it's not so bad. You kind of drive over it and think, oh, this is not too bad. It's not as rough as people are talking it up to be. But then even on the first pass of stages, when we're 50 cars back, the roads are just totally destroyed. Huge ruts, huge rocks. So yeah, from that point of view, super difficult rally. Of course, we had our own little battles there, but yeah, I guess basically from the start of the event, the first stage actually went really well, and the first stage was a really nice stage, to be honest. Really quite smooth, a little bit rough sort of in the middle of the stage, but in general, really abrasive. The Pirelli guys were actually saying that they reckon this is the most abrasive stage of the year in WRC. So yeah, really hard on the tyres, basically shredded the tyres already on the first stage. So yeah, this is quite a challenge and some big rocks laying around, but I felt like we did quite a good pace in the sense that we were still moving and still driving quickly, but we had enough margin to get around the big rocks and things like that. And yeah, in the end we were second in the stage, only like less than 2 seconds slower than the fastest time over a 25k stage. So it was quite a positive start to the rally. The second stage was actually much different in characteristics, quite a lot rougher, a lot more twisty, technical, lots of bumps and things. And the stage was actually going really well. We had quite a good rhythm. Maybe we were pushing a little bit harder than the first stage, but again, I would say it was a relatively safe sort of speed. And then, yeah, unfortunately, about 2Ks to go to the end of the stage, we started to lose the power steering. So
Taylor, you were 3.4 faster, second to last split. What happened at the end there?
I've got some issue. I'm lost power steering, or there's something broken. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I didn't hit anything. Just yeah, that's it. Hopefully we can fix it.
Of course, that was a bit disappointing, but it was it's part of the game. A rough rally like this in these sort of cars, which are good, strong cars in their own right, but it takes a lot to survive a brutal rally like this. So to be honest, I wouldn't, when I look back now, like I have no regrets about how the speed we were driving or anything like that. It's just one of those unlucky or unfortunate things. So yeah, we drove 2 stages without power steering after that, which was quite a challenge. Actually, like, it wasn't even so much, a lot of people were saying, oh, your arms must hurt and this sort of thing. It wasn't even so much my arms, it was more my hands actually were in more pain. I drove the road sections with my race gloves on still because it was really brutal on my hands. And it's interesting because these 2 stages we did actually were quite different from one another. So like, for example, the first stage we drove with no power steering was a 25 kilometre stage and we lost about 3.5 minutes to the fastest time. And then the following stage was only 12 kilometres, so less than half the distance, and we lost 3 minutes 20. So like it gives you an idea of, one stage which was quite wide open, still had some technicality and rougher spots, but we could still carry a bit more speed than then this following stage where I had to be really careful. The steering wheel was like being pulled out of my hands quite a lot. So.
F2 to 1, guard. 100.
It would have been quite easy to snap a thumb or something like that. So anyway, we got through that, to the end of Friday, and it kind of opened up this cool perspective for the rest of the rally where we had nothing to lose. We had basically one option, and that was just to drive flat out as fast as we can. And it was kind of cool because the rally like Sardinia, as long as you're in the rally and in the points and not had any issues, you never have really the chance to drive like absolutely flat out with nothing, no holding back, because the stages are so rough. You can't it's not really sustainable for a whole rally. So I was actually kind of really looking forward to that because I enjoy these rough technical gravel stages. I really like actually there's really slow stages. Like the rally has some sections where you're really second and first gear, hairpin into hairpin into hairpin. I really enjoy these kind of stages where you can really have to drive the car. So yeah, that was kind of a cool prospect to start with. And the Saturday started pretty okay. We were second in the first stage, and yeah, not far off the stage win again. Maybe a second off the stage win. So really tricky stage, but yeah, it was nice to kind of start already straight back on the pace. The second stage was really challenging, like quite a long stage, quite rough. Even the car started to overheat just because the ambient temperature was so high and it was so slow and no airflow.
Taylor, what's going on with the other two?
Jose was changing a puncture, and we passed Eamon. I think he was changing a puncture as well. And yeah, water, the engine got hot, but I think it's just because of the ambient temp and the condition of the stage. So yeah, we'll see. I tried to push, but hopefully we can get some time back anyway.
It's a massive challenge when like the car's getting hot, brakes are getting hot, tires are getting hot, yeah, everything's getting hot, and it's just really like challenging like that. So still a cool stage. I pushed really hard. Bruno Bellaccia, who won the stage, had a really good push and actually took a lot of time out of everyone. So yeah, it was still relatively positive though. And then the third stage was when our Saturday then started to sort of turn on its head a bit. Basically, we were pushing really hard. Stage was really rough. It's quite a renowned stage in Sardinia for being super rough, super technical, really sandy surface, lots of massive bedded rocks. Normally a stage that you just kind of just get through. And actually before the rally, my plan for this stage was just to get through it unless I had to push for some reason. But yeah, like I said, obviously this situation I was in after Friday opened up the prospect to just really drive flat out. So yeah, basically that was how I approached the second pass of this stage. Drove as fast as I could, pushed really hard. And on the split times even, we were up quite a lot. We're up, might have been up 8 seconds or something, and the stage was only 13 or 14 Ks. So the pace was quite good. And then, yeah, basically towards the end of the stage, we had like a slow left-hander that basically tightened to a hairpin. And as I come into the corner, actually I remembered it because on the first pass, I had a small moment where basically the car, like the front of the car bounced out of a hole in this corner. So as I went to get onto the throttle, I had to sort of brake again. Otherwise, I would have driven straight off the road.
Left 2 tightens 1 at the clear. In 2, right 4. 70 at the bottom.
So I remembered the corner. I tried to take a bit of a different line and go in a bit slower. And yeah, as I rotated around, basically the rear wheel caught a massive rock that must have been bedded in the ground. To be honest, like even on the onboard, it's really difficult to see what it was we actually hit.
Left 2, tightens 1 at the clear. In 2, right 4, 70. Right 4, 70.
That was about 2 Ks to the end of the stage, and actually I thought I had a puncture the last couple of Ks because it was obviously a big hit, and that's what it felt like, the car sort of skating like that. So got to the end of the stage. Yeah, I was kind of hoping it was a puncture, of course, as well, because that's the easiest thing to try and fix. And when we come out of the stage, we pulled off and got out of the car and have like that weird sense of disappointment where you look and all the tyres are still inflated. So you know that it's some sort of mechanical issue. Yeah, and basically, unfortunately, the wheel bearing sort of collapsed under the force of hitting this rock. And it also broke the brake disc. So when I jacked the car up and grabbed the wheel, it just went ka-dunk, 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 ka-dunk. So anyway, to be honest, the car did well to get to the end of the day because Dan and I, when we looked at each other after we saw this wheel move, we thought, no way this is going to hold. This wheel's going to, for sure, this is going to fall apart and come off. But obviously we'll give it a try. So then I pulled the wheel off and the brake disc basically collapsed in front of me. So yeah, that was quite interesting. But we put a tyre on and just said, we'll just keep going and see where we end up. So yeah, we drove and we knew the next stage was insanely rough. Probably I would say the roughest stage of the rally, or had the roughest sections of the rally. So we knew that if we could get through that and the wheel stayed on, we should be right for the rest of the day. And in the end, that's how it went. We got through that stage and we were right. We did the rest of the day with 3 breaks, and the car was a bit weirdly handling because the wheel was sort of flopping around like this. But in general, like, it was still props to M Sport Poland, because for the fact that the car got through the rest of the day was a surprise to me, to be honest. So again, that opened up this prospect on Sunday of being able to drive flat out again, really like throw caution to the wind, or not. Maybe not. It's not the right way to put it, but we didn't have to think about. It's not like we were in a podium position and had to protect that sort of thing. We were still in a points position, so we had to get to the finish. But we also needed to try and get some stage wins. So it was a good fun day, actually. Really, just driving flat out. Unfortunately, we only got 1 stage win on the first pass of the power stage. We had a really good run, and I was really looking forward to the second pass, but basically we got a puncture like straight away in the second pass. So whereas this other stage we had to do on Sunday, it was 2 stages repeated, and the other stage, our friend Romit from the Rally Star program was really fast on this stage on both passes. So he really deserved the stage wins for those 2 stages. But we won like I said, the first pass of the power stage, and it would have been good to get the second pass as well, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So in general, 6th place, some points on the board, stage win point, because we basically got robbed from a stage win point. The way the rules are, if more than half the junior field get nominal times, then you don't get awarded a stage win point. So one of the stages we won on Saturday, we missed that point, but like, it's just the way it goes. So I'm still happy with what we managed to recover and recoup from the weekend, considering basically the issues we had and everything. And obviously it's lots of knowledge learnt for next year. So that was that. Still a really enjoyable rally, cool place to go rallying. Super tough, super brutal, but really really nice place. So hopefully we can go back next year and have a better result. Obviously, a couple of weeks after that, we did the Pohjanmaa Rally here in Finland, about 4 hours from where we live, towards the west of Finland, based out of Seinäjoki. Really cool rally, really cool to get some experience on these Finnish roads. Before the weekend, we did a test actually a bit closer to Jyväskylä, where the WRC rally is based in the start of August. So that gave us, a sneak peek on what we could be in for the rally. The characteristics of the roads, the crests, some jumps and things like that. So it was nice to get that experience. And then we went, obviously did the rally, and again, really good to get the experience, because to be honest, these really fast, like ballsy flowing stages have not maybe been my strongest point. Like for example, Sweden, which was really fast. I was losing the most amount of time on the fastest stages, basically. So also part of the idea of doing this rally is to really try and work on that and close that gap, because in Finland, obviously, that'll be really crucial for the WRC rally. So I feel like we made some good improvements there. We finished second to Henri Hokala, who is the main man in the Rally 3 category. Actually, on the weekend, he won his championship for Rally 3 for the Finnish championship this year. So strong competition, and it's nice to have someone to benchmark ourselves against. Obviously, it took us a couple of stages to kind of warm up to his pace, but in the end, we won a stage. We had a few stages where we were less than a second behind him. So we can be really happy with our pace there. And like I said, I think we made some good steps forward before WRC Rally in Finland. So that's our next event. It's going to be absolutely mega. It's a huge bucket list event for any rally driver to do. So it's really, have to pinch myself the fact that I get to do it, and also some really legendary stages in the event this year, including obviously the full on Empoyer in its traditional direction. That'll be absolutely mega. I've driven the stage basically the first time. When we first arrived to Finland last year, as soon as the snow melted, we went straight up there and drove the stage just to see what it was like. So it's really, really incredible. I think all the roads up there are going to be a massive challenge. Obviously, everyone knows how difficult it is with the crests and the jumps and everything like that. So we'll see what we can do there. From a championship point of view, obviously we need to try and get a good result there to kind of keep our hopes alive. But at the moment, we're just focused on going there and trying to do the absolute best job we can. So really looking forward to that. Thanks everyone for the support. Thanks to our sponsors as well, and a few Finnish companies that helped us get to the rally in Finland last weekend. That was really I guess what opened the door for us to do this event. So yeah, without them, then it wouldn't be possible. So thanks everyone for the support, and we'll see you all soon. Cheers.